goodbye to the trailer.
It is pretty flat.
That's why we can never have anything nice. Don't worry, buddy. We'll put it back together.
The trailer is trashed, and the conclusions are quick to follow.
That was a very spectacular crash, but it wasn't like in the movie where they just punch a clean hole through and keep going. And the car, it's not drivable, and they're definitely not continuing their chase.
That was awesome. The car hit the chassis, and the trailer pretty much disappeared. But this myth is busted on both accounts. Not only did it not look like the Hollywood stunt, but the car was not drivable after the crash. So, busted on both accounts.
Wow! Wow just about sums it up, because the guys have succeeded at what has to be one of the trickiest tests in Mythbuster history. From a mile apart, they've managed to smash two semi-trucks head-on.
Let's go look at the carnage.
Okay.
And hit simultaneously from either end what is now a very compact compact.
The airbag went off.
It's shorter.
Wow.
Yep, that's some serious car carnage. But after the shock wears off...
Oh my God, look, it's Buster.
Yeah.
The serious analysis can begin.
The high-speed camera shows us that both trucks were traveling at about 50 miles an hour when the impact occurred. Now, that's equivalent to a single impact going into a solid wall at 100 miles an hour. That's a heck of an impact, and in case you don't believe that, we're in one truck. That's the cab of the other truck. Think about it.
So the first of the fans' concerns has been fulfilled.
This is just shocking.
The trucks were traveling at highway speeds just over 50 miles per hour.
It's clear they hit pretty square on the back and front, but that when everything had to move in some direction, this squeezed out and spun around.
And the reality is, to expect a couple of vehicles like this to accordion straight on and square and not slide off to one side or the other, that's a 1 in a billion chance. I mean, you've got pivots, you've got all sorts of mass that is flying. It just wouldn't happen.
So no hidden pancaked compact. And as for part two of the equation...
There was a heck of a lot of energy in that impact, but no fusion.
Yep, it's a big old mess with truck parts where they shouldn't be. But like Jamie said, there's no sign of the mythical fusion.
It doesn't get any neater than that. I mean, we increased our speed over the first time we tried this experiment by 35%, and we got a perfect head-on collision.
Neat's not really the word I'd use, but the trucks aren't fused together. I still see the car. Not looking too good for the myth.
No, it's not.
So like our reluctant truck drivers, the myth is looking battered, bruised, and broken. But the guys aren't ready to call it just yet. After all, this story didn't get the supersized epithet for nothing.
You know, even with all the explosives and guns and stuff we play with, what frightens me the most?
No, what?
Going on the highway. And everybody does it.
After the break, instant convertible and distant drama.
Oh, God. My God. Dang, that was crazy.
Then Adam and Jamie find their new favorite location.
What do they use it for?
High velocity testing of warheads, penetrators, explosive devices, that kind of stuff.
Cary, Grant, and Tori have already tested 3 crash cliches. The fourth and final test involves an unwanted car improvement. The classic instant convertible.
I've seen this crash a million times on TV shows and in movies. Car chase is happening, semi-truck comes across the intersection at just the wrong time, car's about to careen into it, but everybody ducks. They get back up after the car's gone out the other side, and now they're in a convertible.
So once again, what we're looking for is, does it look like it does in the movies? Stop, stop. A clean slice all the way across. And second, is the car drivable? could they continue the chase?
A little more.
If neither of those things is working, then it's busted.
Park it.
And with everyone,
Get in there. All right,
including an unfortunate Buster, in position, the final filmic fender bender can get underway.
10, 20, 30, 50 miles an hour, 60, and 70.
What's on the other side of that berm?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. The remote braking system fitted for each test seems to have failed.
Oh my God.
My God.
Dang, that was crazy. Look at the roof. The roof's underneath the truck.
I know, it turned into a convertible. I can't believe it jumped the berm.
And if we slow down the shot, you can see the car launch up the dirt bank and into the wild blue yonder. But luckily, there was no one to hurt and nothing to damage back there.
Oh my God.
That is a convertible. It worked.
And with the relief comes the results.
Oh my
God.
Dude, it ripped the roof right off.
I gotta say, that's pretty good.
It looked like it kept driving and it turned into an instant convertible. And he looks like he's all right down in there.
Any doubt is dispelled with a look at the footage. They did indeed have an instant convertible. And for an instant, it appeared to be drivable, at least judging by the speed it was going.
Plausible.
Plausible.
Possible.
Now, how the hell are we gonna get this car out of here?
You just throw it back over the fence.
Look at that perfect timing. They hit the car at the same millisecond at highway speeds. I don't see any pancaking and I don't see any fusion.
Well, those are the circumstances in Myth, but we need to know what it would take to achieve pancaking and fusion.
I'm kind of at a loss to figure out how to amp this up to the next level, man.
Rockets!
Have you got a place to do this with rockets?
Yep, I got exactly the place. We got plenty of room, everything we need to do the job, New Mexico tech.
I'm in, let's do it.
The Energetic Materials Research and Testing Center is quite simply a big boom center of excellence. And here's a sentence you don't hear every day. After a quick hands-on tour,
We gotta get one of these.
Jamie and Adam get stuck in preparing 2 rocket-powered sleds. And here's Adam to tell us exactly how it'll work.
So our soon-to-be compact will be resting against a 1-inch thick steel plate representing the first of the 2 trucks. The second truck will be pushed along a track by the 2 rocket-powered sleds. The first sled, or stage, will launch with about 75,000 pounds of thrust, and by the time it gets to the halfway point, we'll be traveling at almost 400 miles per hour. At that point, the second stage will fire, and when it smashes into the car, it will be going almost 700 miles per hour.
And with both sleds prepped, the team heads up to the straight-track rocket roller coaster, where you could say the boys are excited.
This is amazing. Where else are we going to find an Empire State Building-sized piece of track? What is this track, about 1,000 feet?
Yep.
Where we can race things at the speed of sound.
With the site surveyed, the guys go to work. First, they slide both sleds onto the track.
There we go.
That's good.
Oh, you don't want to help?
Then they dress the impact zone and compact to be compacted with the all-important grid reference for the high-speed camera.
Everything gets stripes. It's all data.
Next, the steel plates, playing the part of the trucks, get into costume.
I know everything's got to be a part of twisted metal in a few minutes. I'm not stupid. You think I'm stupid?
Good. That's perfect.
But I think that even inanimate objects need a motivation, which is why I've drawn a truck on either side of the equation so that the car knows what's coming.
Last but not least, the rockets.
So this is the 5-inch HVAR motor. This one is probably about 55 years old. And if you take a whiff, there's nothing like the smell of rocket propellant in the morning.
I knew you were going